Welcome back to Inside Rebel Football. I'm joined by Coach Batson and Coach Baird, and we're going to look at some highlights from the 27-0 win over Woodlawn Baton Rouge this week. And we're going to start with the offense. Coach Baird, kick it off for us.
Yes, sir. We got a few highlights here. This is actually the first play of the game. We open it up with a little play action pass, 22 yards from Michael to Hayden Federico out of the backfield. It's one.
Definitely a good way for an offensive line coach to start the game.
That ain't no doubt. We knew coming into it, we got a heavy run tendency, but I don't think that's a secret for anybody. And the defense that they lined up in, we figured we had to stretch them out, and it was one thing, kind of set the tone early that we can and we will, and we did. We came out, and you can start the game off with a 22-yard gain. That certainly helps loosen things up down the road. All right, this is another pass play. This is Micah to Grant Edmondson. He's a sophomore wide receiver. You also see him punting the football too. If you notice right here, we have pretty good protection. And when we talked earlier, when we can protect these guys, they can throw and catch. I mean, we got two quarterbacks, both can spin it. We got some wide receivers that can go get it. But it's just, we have to protect them. And we did a really good job right there.
Sealing that off. So
that's it. We try to create as many double teams as you can. This right here, should be another play. This is kind of, I think it's a 6-yard pass. 1st and 10, try to get ahead of the chains as best we can. And this is a little 6-yard completion to another sophomore, David Moore. The last play, that was to Grant, who's a sophomore, and this is David Moore, who's a sophomore. So hopefully we get several years of them catching the ball to watch. And you can kind of see Micah, he sets the formation for us. And Micah does a really good job of operating. He does a good job of communicating with the guys on the field, does a good job of getting everybody set up. He reads the defense, and he lets it go. You can see Connor Tucker trying to get out there on a screen play. He does a pretty good job of getting out there. That's
a lot.
Well, it does, but those screen plays, a long ways to run for an offensive lineman. Those guys do a lot of good things, but running.
Coach, you feel like going in that Woodlawn was going to really stack that box?
Well, we did.
Throw a lot more?
I mean, we did. We figured that's what they do, and that's no secret. That's what a lot of teams are going to do for us, and we were able to take advantage of it early. And this right here is Rayshawn Pleasant on the pitch, on the option pitch. He does a good job to fight for yards. He's got some speed, especially when he gets an open field.
Really good cut he had.
He does. Micah does a really good job of faking it to the fullback, and when he pulls it, Rayshawn, he's got some space out there, and you give him the ball in space, he can make some things happen. We do a pretty good job up front to kind of create the seal right here. We get 2-on-1 with the defense. We like our chances. All right, this is Micah Bellrule, another on the option right here. He's a keeper. So when he keeps it, we do a pretty good job. We get a good surge, get some wide receivers blocking downfield, and our tight end does a really good job blocking for him. And again, he puts the ball in the fullback's belly. Noah's done a great job for us throughout the year, so when he puts it in his belly, you better respect it. And then Micah pulls it, and they cover. Previously they didn't cover the pitch. Well, right here they did cover the pitch, and Micah was able to turn it up. Michael. Reagan Reynolds does a good job there at tight end, kind of sealing the linebacker inside. And this is what this kid loves to do right there, Noah Norman. You can kind of see Noah on a fullback dive. He's a little ball of butcher knives back there. He likes to hit, and he likes to contact, and he does a good job. He never stops his feet. This is kind of a weak side option. You can see the surge there that we get on the weak side there with Connor Tucker.
And he keeps those feet churning to get the first down.
Yeah, he'll pop out for sure. You can kind of see it. He sits there and he churns, and he comes out the back door. And never assume he's down. Never assume that kid's down. He does a really good job. Now I believe this is a 4th down play. So I think it's like 4th down and 13 with a play action Noah Norman wide open for the touchdown there. But when you put the ball in Rayshon's stomach like that, you gotta pay attention to it. And the safeties were coming downhill for the option pitch, and they were coming downhill.
Especially fourth down. And
that's it. You know, this is just an option out of the shotgun. This is just another way to run the option. We pull it and hit Noah wide open. Noah does a good job. Got really good protection. Like I said earlier, when you give those guys, you know, good protection, they can do good things. You can see Brady Swanner, he likes it. He enjoyed that play for sure. All right, this is another option pitch. You can see that quarterback hangs in there, takes a pretty good lick, and he gets it to Rayshon, and Rayshon's able to get us a much-needed first down right here.
He did a really good job waiting up. He was just about tackled.
He was. Those guys reading the option, they have really, really come a long way. They've taken a lot of pride in it. They do a good job. Coach Adams and Coach Hunt, they do a good job with them. You see the offensive line get a pretty good surge there. And the quarterback, he was able to pull it and get a good pitch and get us about 12 yards. All right, this is just as a bootleg pass here, and they had everybody covered. And Hayden Federico decided, well, if they got everybody covered, there's one person open, and that was him. So he takes it about 60 yards. He's fakes it in the running back's belly, and he boots around. You can see the fullback is kind of, I think, who he was wanting to go to. And then the fullback was covered, and the wide receivers were covered, so he takes it. And that cat running him down, really good football player, number 13 for him. He played outside linebacker. You can see he's away from the play.
Right.
And I don't know if you know Hayden. Hayden is not slow. And that guy comes from backside and runs him down.
And it was a good decision by Hayden not to force an air throw.
No, that's it. Take what they give you, and we do a good job of that. All right, this is Micah to Brett Norris on a 47-yard touchdown. And it goes back, if you notice all of our big passes, if you see it, good protection.
Right.
You know, he doesn't have anybody in his face. He's able to set up. He's able to set his feet. Brett runs a great route. Micah puts a great ball. Look, and that was good coverage. That was good coverage by the defense. Man. But that's just a great play by those two guys and by the offensive line.
But the protection,
that's it.
And as we talked about with the offensive lineman, the protection was there and gave him time to throw the football.
But that protection, that goes to be able to establish the run, and now they have to stop the run. All right, and this is another pass. This is Micah Bell to Hayden Federico. You saw Hayden a while ago have a 60-yard run. Well, now he's got an 8-yard catch. You can see Micah right here on the rollout, and he does a good job. He does a good job of getting out, finding the lane, setting up his feet, and making a great throw. And it goes back. He has time to do that. When he has time to do that, he's pretty good. And Hayden runs a really good route right there. And he's able to stick it and get open. Now, this is one of my favorites. This is a play action to the tight end. You know, that's a guy right there that played offensive line for us last year. You know, he played our weak side guard. And he ended up getting hurt in the quarterfinal game, and he wasn't available for Ash in the semifinals. But he's played a lot of positions. That's Reagan Reynolds. And he's kind of settling in at tight end. And he's caught some big balls for us the last couple games, and he does a good job.
A good physical tight end.
Man, that's exactly right. And look, and Micah throws a good ball, a catchable ball, and Reagan's able to get open, take advantage of it. It's been fun to watch him grow. And this right here, this is, I think it's about a 19-yard pass from Micah to Brett Norris. Brett runs a great route, able to break a tackle, get some extra yards.
Once again, protection was
That's
so
it.
good.
And you can see our running back, Noah Norman. He does a good. Noah, he's an unselfish football player, and that's one thing that you talk about with running backs is, you know, you notice a lot of running backs when they're carrying the football, but how good of a football player are you when you don't have the football? How good of a teammate are you? And you can see Noah right here getting outside, setting the edge, allowing the quarterback to make a nice, easy pitch and catch the wide receiver. All right, this is a name. This next kid, this is a guy that you're going to hear for a long time. This is Willis. This is Caden Willis on a 7-yard power run right up the middle. And this kid is a freshman, and he's done big things for us. And he's adding some much-needed depth to our backfield, and it's been fun to, watch him grow as well.
He didn't look like a freshman running.
He didn't. No, sir. No, he does a good job, and he's still learning. Every day is an aha moment for him, and it's a lot tossed on his plate. And this is him again. This is a good, tough run, and you can notice at the end of the run he's going to fall forward. He's a heavy kid. He's a strong kid. He runs with good pad level. And with freshmen, with those young guys, that's really the hardest thing to learn is the pad level. And that's something he's picking up, and you can see him right there, He's the hammer, not the nail. He does a good job.
Runs over that.
That's it. Yes, sir. It's going to be fun to watch him this year and these next 3 coming up. He's a fun running back to coach, I'm sure, for Coach Breen. He plays fullback and tailback, and he plays some H-back. So he's got a lot to learn. He's doing a really good job with it.